Welcome to Network Marketing Pro. My name is Eric Worre, and today I want to talk about a very important topic for entrepreneurs, and that is accountability. And why is this important for entrepreneurs? Why is this important for people going into business for themselves, especially for the first time? Here's why. Your whole life, accountability systems are built around you. Think about it. When you were a little kid, there was an accountability system. You brush your teeth, or there's consequences. You finish your vegetables, or there's consequences. You make your bed, or there's consequences, right? So there's accountability systems built into the family structure. Then you move into education, and there's accountability systems built into education. If you don't study for the test, you get a bad grade. If you get a bad grade, there's consequences. Maybe if the consequences build and build, maybe you'll be held back a year and have to redo it again. So there's consequences built into the educational system that cause you to take an action that you normally wouldn't take. Then you go into, let's say you went into the military. There's consequences built into the military, certainly if you don't follow the rules. If you go to church, there are consequences built into our religious structures that cause you to feel uncomfortable if you don't kind of go in alignment with whatever the organization or whatever the belief system you're involved in. Then you go into the workplace. There's consequences built into the workplace. They set hours for you. They set expectations for you. Many times, if you take too long of a break, there's consequences. If you show up late too many days, there's consequences. If you don't get the work done that you're expected to get done, there are consequences. If those consequences build up and become unreasonable, then you lose that job. See what I'm saying? There's all of these different things that create structure in our lives. Everything from 2 years old to today. And then people get involved in network marketing. They get involved as an entrepreneur and start their own small business. And they don't know how to create accountability for themselves. They don't know how to employ themselves. They don't know how to give themselves penalties and rewards for either bad or good behavior. So how do you create accountability systems? I work on this a lot, and it's really interesting because if the accountability system is strong enough, you can accomplish anything, right? It's not a matter of what you're capable of doing. Everybody watching or listening to this program is capable of going to the top in network marketing, every single one of you. But many of you won't do it either out of lack of structure, lack of skills, lack of being willing to face your fears, right? A lot of different reasons that will hold you back, but they're all self-imposed in my opinion, because the education is available, the resources are available, the training is available. You can overcome your confidence issues or your fear issues or your self-worth or self-esteem issues. You can overcome all of that. So how do you create accountability systems? How do you employ yourself when you get involved as a home business entrepreneur, especially in the network marketing profession? How do you do it? Well, I think it's a combination of things. I'm going to give you 4 tips to really increase your productivity and 4 tips to help you, the same 4 tips to help you achieve your goals, to help you move forward faster, to provide some structure in your business. Now, whatever it is that you want to accomplish, step number 1 is to write it down. Write it down. If you want to hit a certain rank at a certain time, write it down. Be specific. If you want to recruit a certain number of people, write it down. If you want to gather a certain number of customers or create a certain amount of customer volume in your organization by a certain date, write it down. Be specific. Write down what you want to accomplish and what you need to accomplish, what you should accomplish, what you could accomplish. Write it down. Just don't keep it in your head. Write it down like it's a business plan. That's what professionals do. Amateurs just kind of wing it. They're just kind of hanging out, hoping good things happen. Professionals plan out The top professionals that I know, they plan out at least 18 months in advance. They have specific goals. It's written down. They know what they need to do in order to be able to accomplish it. And part of writing it down will start to create some accountability in your brain. Part of writing it down will remind you when you get distracted what you need to be focused on. Writing it down is important. It starts to create priorities in your life and in your business. So write it down, number one. Number two, proclaim it. Whatever it is, even if you don't know how you're going to do it, proclaim it to the world. Tell everyone, this is what I'm prepared to do. I'm going to hit this rank. I'm going to make this goal happen. I'm going to achieve this goal. I'm going to help X number of people hit this rank. I'm going to bring X number of people to the next conference. Whatever it happens to be, proclaim it publicly. Why proclaim it publicly? Because it creates accountability that you don't have in your normal daily life. It will cause those people to say, hey, didn't you say you were going to do that thing by that specific date? What's going on? Hey, didn't you say? So proclaim it to the world. Tell everyone. Put it on social media. Put it out there. Announce it to your team. Send out an email blast to your group. Send text message to everybody. Proclaim it. And because it makes it so uncomfortable for you to back down, it creates, by just proclaiming it creates an accountability system. A next thing that works well is to create some rewards. If you achieve the goal, create a reward structure that will keep you focused. If you hit a certain position, take the family on vacation. If you hit a small goal, maybe get a massage someplace and treat yourself for a spa day. It could be small things at the beginning, but create a series of rewards. Maybe if you get this done, then you get to get this new car for next year. Or you get this done, and then this can happen. So rewards can work, but let me tell you what works best, in my opinion. Pain. Create penalties. If you create penalties, the penalties will work better for you than any reward will do. The penalties will work better for you than proclaiming it. That's a little penalty on its own if you don't achieve the goal. The penalties will work better for you than writing it down. Penalties. Create penalties that have teeth in them. I'll tell you a story real quick. I had this conversation. I did a training in Austria recently. And there was a gentleman, and I was talking about all these things. And I asked the audience, who in this audience has a sports team that you hate, you just absolutely despise? And he raised his hand, and I said, well, so what's the team that you hate? It was the Liverpool soccer team. He hated the Liverpool soccer team. I said, okay, he was at a certain rank. This was the middle of November of 2015. I said, can you get to the next rank by January 1st? He said, yes. I said, how long have you been at this first rank? He said, 2 years. I said, is it possible to get there by January 1st? He said, yes. Do you deserve it? He said, yes. Do you know what it would take in order to be able to make it happen? He said, yes. I said, are you willing to be accountable to everyone here in the room? There's 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 people in the stadium. And he said, yes. I said, okay, Aiden, here's the thing. If you don't get to the next rank by January 1st, your Facebook cover photo needs to be about how you love Liverpool. That's number one. He turns red. Second, you need to wear a Liverpool jersey every day in the month of January until you get to that next rank. Are you willing to accept that term? Yes, he said, I will. You have to go to the game of your favorite team wearing Liverpool colors and Liverpool jersey. He turns purple. I said, are you prepared to do that? He said, well, I'd die first. I said, exactly. Exactly. When the penalty gets strong enough, the how-to is no problem. How much training do you think he needs? He accepted that challenge, okay? In front of 8,000 people, his peers. And I said, I'm expecting an update from you on January 1st. So he accepted the challenge. and immediately turned purple. And I said, how much training do you need now? He said, I don't need any training because I'm motivated. I said, well, how distracted are you going to be about the holidays? He said, well, it's not going to be a distraction at all because I can't have this happen. This is unthinkable. Okay? So guess what happened for Aiden? He'd been for 2 or 3 years at this one level and had no breakthrough. And we put this little accountability system in, created something for him that was unthinkable, and had him agree to it in front of the world. We proclaimed it to the world. And guess what? He didn't just go to the next rank. He went up 2 ranks in 45 days. Totally changed his life. Totally changed his business, changed his trajectory, stepped into what he was capable of because the accountability system is there. That's the power of accountability. Now there's a great website that I'll tell you about. It's called Stickcom, Stickk.com. Stick.com will help you hold yourself accountable to your goals. It's amazing. And here's basically how it works. And you could do this with a friend, but Stick.com puts some guts into it, puts some meat into it. Pick a goal that you know you can do. Okay? And then enter in Stick.com that goal. And they have judges and referees to make sure that you accomplish your goal. And you also put your credit card in there and put a pledge, a number that would be painful for you. Okay? And if you don't hit your goal by the time you said, that money disappears and goes to someone that you don't necessarily like. So for an example, if you are a Democrat here in the United States, that money would go to Donald Trump. How comfortable are you with that, Democrats out there watching? If you're a Republican in the United States, that money would go to Hillary Clinton. If you hate the NRA, the money goes to the NRA. If you hate Planned Parenthood, the money goes to Planned Parenthood. If you hate Monsanto and what they're doing with genetically modified foods, the money goes to Monsanto. What if you went in and put your goal into this little accountability system and the money went to your ex? If you didn't hit your goal, the money just shows up to your ex. Powerful, right? Find something for you that's unthinkable and then put together an accountability system to force you to do what you're capable of doing in the first place. Because now you're outside of this cocoon that you've been in your whole life with your family and with the educational system and with your religious organization, with your workplace. You're outside of that. Now you're on your own. Sometimes you need to create that structure. I had a friend, and he wanted to get to this top rank in his company. He wanted it really bad, and he was kind of stagnant, stuck at a lower rank for a long time. So you know what he did? You know what his accountability system was? He took his mattresses out of his home and slept on the floor and said, I'm not going to sleep on a mattress until I hit that rank. I'm not doing it. So he slept on the hard floor. Okay, he didn't go get an air mattress. He slept on the hard floor. When he went to a hotel, he slept on the floor in the hotel room. He would not give himself the pleasure of sleeping on a comfortable bed while he was living underneath his potential. What is something sacred for you? What's something unthinkable for you that if you don't achieve it, that it will activate? Penalties kick in. Now, this is not to beat yourself up. This is to give you the reason to step into your potential. If you're ever part of the military, how many people would voluntarily go through basic training? Voluntarily do the push-ups? No! They do it because there's accountability systems put into place. How many of you would voluntarily go through all of education if there wasn't the peer pressure and the accountability system? If you don't get an education, you're not going to have a good future. Not many of us would voluntarily do it. We need accountability systems. But you as an independent entrepreneur need to create an accountability system. So 1, whatever your goals are, write it down. 2, proclaim it to the world. 3, create some rewards, some positive. 4, the big one, create some penalties if you don't do what you should and could and are capable of doing. Create some penalties and have those penalties hurt. if you don't do it. Make it unthinkable. And if you get it to unthinkable, no way, impossible, it's not going to happen, the goal is easy to achieve. Last thing I will tell you is find an accountability partner, someone that will push you and hold you accountable to your goals. In addition to these 4 things, sometimes you just need a partner that you can pick them up on a down day. They can pick you up on a down day. They'll push you. They're there to stretch you and push you. I hope that I'm a little bit of an accountability partner to you, but there's nothing like somebody said, hey, you said you were going to get to that rank by the end of this month. Clock's ticking. Come on. Get to work. You've got it in you. Make it happen, right? So work on these things. These are very, very important for entrepreneurs. They're very, very important for people in network marketing. You must create the structure. For the short term, treat this like a job. Don't treat it like a business. You can do anything you want. Treat it like a job that you have to show up, and if you don't, then there are penalties. Okay? Sometimes we just need to trick our minds. That's our show for today. Ladies and gentlemen, my wish for all of you is that you decide to become a network marketing professional, that you decide to go pro, because it is a stone cold fact that we do have a better way. Now let's go tell the world. Everybody have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.